good.
Level 1. Rhythm.
I'm gonna make it last. I give it to you right there whenever you want. So come on, girl, let me take you to another world. You the one that I love to hear no other girl.
Cry for you. This is what I can't deny. Die for you, cry for you. Please don't say goodbye. Die for you, cry for you. This is what I can't deny. Die for you, cry for you. Please don't say goodbye.
1, 2, 1, 3.
Never say goodbye, I'ma die with you. I hate it when you sigh, cause I cry with you. See, I never say goodbye, I'ma die with you. I hate it when you sigh, cause I cry with you.
Say it. Say it. BBB Dig 4.
Woo!
Okay, and going a little bit of pixelated.
What
Here in the back.
up, players? How's everyone doing tonight? Welcome once again to another awesome episode of Gaming Treble. How you doing? This is Torrance Hudson, a.k.a. HUD aka the Old School Gamer, and we have an awesome panel for you guys. So I'm going to introduce these guys, first of all, because they are my awesome buddies. They are my pals, my confidants. I'm going to talk about someone who was missing on Friday, but he was for a good reason. He was spending some quality time with his significant other, celebrating 5 wonderful years together, his wonderful anniversary, the Neon Samurai, the one who is guaranteed to put you into a chokehold and make you tap out. He's my Samoan brother from another mother. He's all about the ARPGs, JRPGs, and of course he loves those stealth games. He comes out of the shadows at night. The one and only Tony San Miguel.
What's up, players? Lawrence, you kind of blew up my intro there. Daddy was actually here. I was just observing Ninja Month. I wanted a little extension here. I was here the entire time. Anyway, so I heard we had a great show last Friday, and you guys covered a lot of good stuff with SNK. Here we go tonight with CastleVania. We're going to be talking about whips and sexy vampires and more whips and like potions and
boards. Yep.
Yeah. And killing vampires with
the vampire killer.
Vampire killer. Ooh.
Anyway, I'm just messing around with y'all. Anyway, it's good to be back.
Awesome. And of course, definitely not least, my friend, the ladies' man, the one who's all about the cosplay. He is a cosplay master. He is also about those collectibles. He cannot stop until he gets the whole collection. Not only that, but he collects all those freaking achievements. How does he do it? He is the achievement master. Yes, sir. And of course, he is all about SNK. He loves those fighters. He's also about CastleVania. He's all about that knowledge. The one and only Johnny Alisea.
What's going on, players? For all of you who tuned in on Friday, thank you very much. It was a blast talking about SNK, the history, their fall down, and their resurrection, their rebirth, and that was a really great topic. Now today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite series of all time that I've been playing ever since I was a child. It's definitely the Castlevania series, and we will not be mentioning about that horrible anime, which was a slap to the face. So we're gonna pretend that series that doesn't exist. It's all about the Castlevania games. We're talking about that started off in the late '80s up until now. So we're gonna cover it all. We're gonna cover it all. So let's get the show on the road though, because get your vampire killer whips ready, your swords, your spears, your magic, potions, spells. We're gonna deep right into this. Let's do it.
And revealing outfits.
Oh, and revealing outfits. You can't complain about those.
Nope.
Yes.
Killing vampires is sexy. So you gotta wear something revealing.
Especially for the ladies.
It depends on which game you're talking about.
Indeed.
But yeah, there has been some female heroes in the Castlevania series throughout the years.
That is true, and for you ladies, the guys and everything showing off those muscular thighs. Absolutely. So, now, before we get started onto Castlevania, we gotta go into a little bit of some of the gaming spit. Yes, yeah, I know. It's hilarious. But let's talk about pause. Yes, indeed. We are going to talk about some great things that are coming up very soon. I just heard that No Man's Sky. Hey, there he is. Look at that. We got everybody. Crimson Flame. What's up, guy? Yo, gotta get in contact with me because you won that game. Come on, I want to give it to you. So let me know your deeds and everything. Go to my email. I'll shoot it to you and everything, or go to my DMs. Go to my DMs on Twitter, so that way I can actually hit you up and everything. Give me all your details. All right.
You want to hook you up, Crimson?
Absolutely.
I'm trying to hook you up.
I'm all about the games, brother. I'm all about giving those games away. Now.
DM us over on Twitter though.
Yes.
So that way you can
makes it easier. All right. So, anyways, getting back to the information. information. No Man's Sky, yes, is actually getting an awesome little addition. They are throwing in something from the fantastic series that Tony San Miguel holds deep to his heart. We are talking about the Normandy, fellas, from Mass Effect. That's right. You get to fly your awesome crafts around the Normandy in space and also in certain levels. It's awesome. You get to see how big the Normandy actually is compared to your tiny little ship. It's actually going to be available fairly soon. I believe it's supposed to be coming out in about a week or so, actually, before the end of the month.
Oh, looks like I'm coming back on.
Yes, absolutely. So that's a little incentive. If you're a Mass Effect fan and you know all about the Normandy, you get to be able to feel offended by that. Okay, sure thing. At the end of the count.
I'm coming for the Reapers.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I'm coming for them.
Absolutely, indeed. All right. So, anyways, and some other news. It turns out that if you didn't get an opportunity over this weekend, you get to race as Ichiban from Like a Dragon. From Like a Dragon. It's that the character is now unlocked, and also his special vehicle, so you can be able to drive around in the awesome vehicle in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. So, and of course, they already had the festival. I believe the festival should be over by now. So, if you have not gotten the opportunity over the weekend to get those points and actually unlock all those special little icons and what have you, you missed your opportunity. But, of course, in the future, there are going to be more festivals to come. We are looking forward to SpongeBob, which is coming fairly soon, and of course, Pac-Man and several others, Mega Man. Oh, man, we got a lot of racing, brother.
Don't fade my boy, man. You mentioned SpongeBob. Why'd you fade Patrick?
Hey, listen. Patrick,
fade Patrick.
Please.
Backseat. Patrick is backseat too.
He's gonna get backseat.
Wait till I master Patrick. I'm telling you. Everybody is going to play more. Watch me start murking people.
Yeah,
as Patrick on Sonic Racing.
We'll see. We'll see. I've been playing that game. I already know the shortcuts. I'm way ahead of you, pal. So you better get the stuff in it.
I'm staying fresh, so I learn on Patrick.
Okay.
That's my training method. And that's where I'm going to dominate. I will play nobody but Patrick. And that's how I'm going to master him.
I'm going to smoke your ass, and then you're going to be forced to pick somebody else when Patrick ain't doing you well.
Bro, you've known me for 20 years. You know how stubborn my ass is, bro.
I know, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, I'm just saying.
There's only one way to find out. We're gonna.
Oh yeah.
And it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. I think we should stream.
I just can't wait.
I really think we should stream it. It's gonna be a good time. Let everybody that's listening join in and play along with us. That's possible.
Oh, I love this rivalry. This is awesome. I can't wait. And dude, I would buy
Patrick versus Ichiban.
I'm just waiting.
That's the rivalry.
For Mega Man. I'm just waiting for once Mega Man comes out, or I can use Proto Man.
Mega Man's a worthy opponent for Patrick.
Oh, absolutely. Mega Man,
or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I got millions of choices for Patrick.
And Ninja Turtles too. That's right.
Avatar. Don't forget Avatar.
Oh, Avatar too. Oh my God.
I'm starting off as a one-trick pony in this game. Like I said, Patrick. I'm just playing as Patrick, and it's done. Then, once I master Patrick, that's when I'll play the other character.
Oh my.
Okay.
I'm gonna have fun with it. And that's the kind of fun I'm gonna have with it.
Okay.
All right. So before that's it. That's all I have for the gaming spin. Really, really small because it's extra news that actually happened over the weekend. But we gotta do our housekeeping and everything to keep the lights on. We gotta talk about our sponsor, Dubby. That's right, baby. Dubby with that awesome energy drink. Right now, they actually have a new spotlight, which is Chainsaw Man, which is actually available in theaters right now. You guys should be able to watch it. It's actually an amazing. It's about the RZA saga. This is an amazing flavor, bleeding orange. I'm loving it. Oh my gosh, man! Delicious blood orange flavor. Oh, it's amazing. It's smooth when it comes down. It has none of that, those additives. has all the B vitamins that's needed, especially when it comes to energy. Gives you that boost. Playing your games late at night. Right here, baby. This is awesome. Also, if you want to be able to get yourself a nice 10% discount, go to w.gg, type in our code. That's TR3BLE. Get your 10% off. That actually also will help us too. Another thing, we get a small percentage for all those who actually be able to do those purchases. There's a lot of great flavors in there, great things to purchase. Trust me. And tell them HUD Zero sent you, as well as the Gaming Treble team. And remember, be better. So, now that I got that out of the way, let's get into some CastleVania.
Let's do this.
What is a man but a miserable pile of secrets?
I'm gonna get excited and whip a chandelier.
Oh,
if there's a power up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, and all that food, and of course, the Morning Star as well. So,
you whip a chandelier and you get a full Thanksgiving turkey. I'm down with that.
Hey, listen, man, it's just in time for Thanksgiving too. Indeed.
In a couple of weeks, yeah.
Oh boy, yeah, yes. You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Those chandeliers are gift that keeps on giving. So, all right, let's get started. All right, so CastleVania, what an amazing saga, what an amazing game. First appears on the NES, 1986. Can you believe that? On the Famicom systems, it was actually known as Vampire Hunter. I think it was called Vampire Killer or something.
No. It started off. Let me correct you on that one.
Sure.
You're right. It started off. It was called Akuma Joe Dracula, which stands for Devil Castle Dracula.
Akuma Joe. That's right. I'm sorry. Akuma Joe. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Forgive it.
Yeah. Okay.
Push-ups. Johnny's gonna give you push-ups. If he has to correct you, push-ups.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I love it. Seriously. Like I told you, he's all that. He loves Castlevania. He knows his stuff, so he can correct me all he wants. Absolutely.
You're gonna have a chest like Schwarzenegger when he's done.
Indeed.
Yeah. But so it was called Devil's Castle Dracula. Now, the reason why it was changed into Castlevania, as we know, is because unfortunately here in the U.S. they don't want any games here in the States being used as for like devils or Satanists and stuff like that. So they had to change it to Castlevania, which is I thought was fine. I think Castlevania is a better name anyway.
Absolutely.
Especially around that time. Especially around that time. They're big on that stuff back then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. And there was a little controversy there, but it was all well. So the game was created by Hitoshi Akamatsu. Now he was a fan of all the old monster movies from Universal. You know, The Mummy, The Wolfman, the Frankenstein's monster, even The Bride of Frankenstein, and of course the Prince of Darkness himself, Dracula. And he was also a fan of The Son of Dracula, which introduced Alucard. So he was big into those movies, and he was also a big fan of the Indiana Jones movies. So when he wanted to introduce the hero, it was thinking about he should do a sword, but no, he wanted something unique. So since he was a fan of Indiana Jones, he figured let's use a whip. So and then we give him the dagger as a sub weapons, your potions, your axe, and your time watch. Those are your sub weapons. You collect hearts and stuff like that. So yeah. So the first game started off with Simon Belmont. Now, throughout the game, it was hard for a lot of people, but you had, just like Ninja Gaiden, you had infinite continues. So use them.
You're gonna have to.
Yeah. There was a lot of falls in the game, and so yeah, you'll definitely die a lot though. But when you get the hang of the game, you'll know your way around it. But
Johnny,
like we were talking, yes sir. Yeah, you want to say something, Tony?
When you play Castlevania, what's one part of the game that makes you giddy? That just makes you giggle, and you're like, "Yeah, I did that."
you just
Yeah,
like the
man. We know the history. I want to know your personal experience, bro.
Oh, well, my personal experience is like when I first played the game, I actually liked it, and then it made me not fear any monsters anymore. I wasn't because I remember that movie, The Monster Squad. I was watching that movie,
Yeah,
and then I was
buddy.
playing Castlevania,
Love that movie.
and
Yeah, buddy.
yes. And here's the thing. I want to tell you guys a story. I actually went to the 30th anniversary of the Monster Squad. I met the cast members there,
Nice.
and
Like
here's a
our
funny thing.
age.
Yeah, and here's the funny thing. That movie came out on August 14th, 1987, my birthday.
Oh,
No!
wow.
You were born on the day?
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
August 14th,
That's insane.
1987, that movie came out.
That's
So
crazy.
and when I spoke to the cast members, I told them that this movie actually may not make me fear any monsters anymore. And I told them, and I even asked this guy, "Are you familiar with CastleVania?" And with one of the cast members, he's like, "Oh yeah, of course. I mean, they used to play that game back then, so they knew about it." So I told them about it. It made me, not fear monsters and stuff like that. And I even showed them my ID card to say, "Here, August 14th, I was around," and they were laughing. They're like, "Wow." So I was like, and then they told me that you was born to not be feared of monsters.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
yeah, but
Take that, bandage breast.
That's great.
exactly.
Oh my God, yes.
Remember that scene with the mummy when they unwrapped it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scrolling his feet.
Yeah. Oh, that's not the best part. Oh, Wolfman has nards.
Oh,
Yes.
that's right.
Classic.
That's
Classic.
right. Like, no,
I don't know if he has
Wolfman
any.
has
Just do it anyway.
nards.
Try it.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Ah,
Yeah.
Of course he does. He's he.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. I love that part. Oh,
Yeah.
God. What a great movie.
Oh,
That was so
yeah, such a fun movie. It was so fun seeing it on the big screen with the cast members at that time. That was awesome. But here's the thing. I don't know if you guys know about this though. So I'm pretty sure you guys beat the original Castlevania, the first game.
Yes.
No,
Mm-hmm.
not me.
Not
Don't
you.
worry about
Okay.
spoilers, man. I'm good.
Okay.
I'll forget it
Okay.
anyway.
Well, you pretty much know what the ending Castlevania is. You beat the game. You see the castle crumble.
Yep.
Your hero's sign
Yeah.
down, looks upon it, just like that. But did you guys notice that the credits were like monster names? Did you guys know about that? There was like
No, I
monster
didn't even-
names. And,
I could YouTube
okay,
it.
so you could look through it if you want to. So yeah, they were using monster names. Now you're gonna find this hilarious, but maybe people will understand it. They used monster names, and they didn't want to name the developers on the credits at the end because you want to know why, and you want to know why that is.
Okay,
Why?
I'm curious. I want to know why. So go ahead. What happened? Why?
Okay, you guys are gonna laugh at this though, but maybe you'll understand it. The reason why is because Konami did not want any other companies finding out like who are the developers of that game because they're afraid that other companies might go seek out those developers on who's the one that
They were getting the developers.
I see. Yeah.
That's why.
Yes.
It's kind of messed up, though.
No, it is.
Yeah. I mean, how are you gonna tell your family or your friends that hey, I worked on this game, but then when they beat the game, it's like, oh, I didn't see your name on there.
That's mean. That's mean,
Hey,
man.
listen.
So that means you can't even put it on
Dracula
your
and
resume.
Christopher B.
You can't even put it on your resume. It's like, oh no, you can't put it on your resume. You can't put this game on your resume because you just can't. So you can't.
Yeah, I mean, if you do good work for us, you'll have a safe job here in Konami. I mean, if they're gonna have a safe job in Konami, then maybe I can understand that. But what if they don't? They're screwed.
That's true. But then again, I haven't.
It's kind of messed up. I don't like to be locked in.
Yeah, but I haven't really heard
Yeah,
any
exactly.
I haven't heard any massive layoffs at Konami, so I don't think.
No, exactly.
This bird you cannot change.
Yeah, exactly. I find that extremely hilarious, though. But it is what it is. So the original Castlevania, Simon Belmont was the main hero, and then he's
Wait, wasn't it Trevor? Which one was Trevor?
We're gonna get to that later because we're talking about the first Castlevania game.
Okay, I got confused.
Castlevania 3 is a prequel. All these other Castlevania games that you have seen So they take place. Excuse me. They take place after the first game or before the first game. So they had a lot of sequels,
It gets very
and they had a lot of
trust me.
prequels.
Yeah, he
Yes,
knows.
yeah. That's why there's a timeline. Like I have a poster of a timeline of which games in the Castlevania series takes place. So I still have that to this day.
Nice.
So I could show you that later on. But so yeah. So also and so after Castlevania, after the first Castlevania game, there were on the MSX they had a game called Vampire Killer. Now, if you remember, like Vampire Killer, it's the exact same game as Castlevania. But it's different though. I mean, the story's the same. Simon Belmont is going to Transylvania to get rid of Dracula once and for all. But the difference is that you have to find skeleton keys to open up doors to get around. So there was a little bit of an RPG type in the game. So the castle was different from all the other the games. It's just that you'll probably recognize this part, but then it's a little bit different. And then there's also a person, like a merchant, that you could buy items and stuff like that with your hearts.
Well, that's pretty cool. I like that. I like that. It's kind of similar to Castlevania 2. Castlevania 2.
Yeah, Simon's Quest. That's
yeah.
what. Yes, and that's the next game. So yeah, that and then so that game for the MSX, and then by around that time, around 1988, there was a game called Haunted Castle. It's a non-canon game, and it's one of the most hardest Castlevania games out there. A lot of people hated this game because of the difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Konami games back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
If you like you use too many continues, they send you all the way back to the beginning of the game.
Way back.
Which was yes. I'm not talking about way back to the beginning of the level that you died in.
No.
I'm talking about the first stage.
All the way back.
The first stage. Yeah.
Punishing him.
Yes.
The
So
developers
and
hate
plus,
children.
yeah, there you go.
That's why
We mentioned
They hate
about that.
children.
That's why they call it.
I swear,
That's why I call it.
Games are designed that way.
But that's why they call it quarter muncher. I mean, it was made to take your money.
That's what it is.
They're basically beating you and taking your money. It's hilarious.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But people will make fun of this game because the way Simon walks he walks like he has to go take a dump.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. So yeah, so they went pretty hard on this game. This game was very hard. The hit detection in this game was completely messed up. It's like you have a huge hitbox. You feel like that. Oh, I ducked, but I still got hit by the damn bat, which barely didn't even touch me. So a lot of people were frustrated with this game. So
you know what frustrates me, bro?
What's that?
About those bats? Castlevania makes animal cruelty hilarious because I'm whipping those bats because they piss me off.
No,
those were it's either the bats or the Medusa heads.
Medusa heads are the worst. Forget the bats. The Medusa heads. I hate those
whip her too.
because they're unpredictable.
Yeah.
They could go from left or right depending on which way you're facing. 1, 2, they come from the edge of the screen, which is another thing.
Right.
3, if you decide to jump at the wrong time, then they can hit you from above or below. So you got to be right there and be patient.
You can fall to your death.
And you can fall to your death.
Yeah.
And it's always near a pit or near a stairwell.
Yep.
Always near a pit or
exactly.
I hate this. Anyway.
Yeah.
But
So
that's already remembering.
and I tell you what, I actually put that game behind me because recently, it was last year, I finally beat that game I couldn't believe I did it though. I did it with 1 credit. With 1 man, I was able to beat Haunted Castle. And I couldn't believe throughout all these years I did it. And I said, thank God. Thank God I could put this game behind me. Until when they came out with the Castlevania Dumas collection, they released a Castlevania, not Castlevania, Haunted Castle Revisit, which is a remake of the Haunted Castle game. They made the graphics better. Simon no longer walks like he has to go take a dump. So and and the graphics look so much better, and they redesigned the bosses, the castle, and everything, and the music's so much better, and the crack of the whip, it's so much better. So
awesome, man.
I mean, I figure I get that remake out the way just to let people know that if you want to, if you can play the original. It's on the Konami Arcade Classics, which you can play on the Xbox. It's on Xbox Series, PlayStation 5, and Switch. It's on there.
There you go.
So if you
I'm gonna whip me a bat.
Yeah, who wouldn't whip it? So then,
whip it good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes, that song. Yes, great song, by the way. Awesome. But
Amazing.
so that after Castlevania was a success, we had Castlevania 2: Simon's Quest. Now, so what happened is that at the end of Castlevania, after Simon defeated Dracula, Dracula put a curse on Simon. So now then, he was feeling weak. He was feeling horrible. So he found out from from the merchants and from the people from the church saying that in order for him to get rid of this curse, he has to reborn Dracula. He has to bring back Dracula. So he has to collect all his parts. He has to go all from town to town and castle to castle to get all the parts and bring him back. And then once he brings him back, he has to kill. He has to kill him once again, and then the curse will be lifted. So how bad is that? How horrible that is, though.
And number one, it sucks. Number two, it's tedious because you're sitting right there and you're trading things literally with the people. Like first of all, you get the white crystal for the blue crystal, and then with the blue crystal, you trade that blue crystal in for something else.
Yes.
Then you have to use something to get on the boat to get to the other side.
It reminded me of Zelda 2. Like running around with
it was Zelda 2, yeah.
And,
very confused.
And this game actually had day and night cycles, which is actually another cool feature.
That is correct.
Because in the end,
back then it's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you're in town and it's dark, all the doors are closed, you can't do anything, but you deal with monsters.
And the monsters are stronger.
And the monsters are much stronger, exactly. The monsters are much stronger. But you are able to get stronger weapons, and you will eventually get your Morning Star back. So, which is actually one of the strongest weapons in the game.
Yeah.
So.
And that game was a lot hard. Yeah. The game was hard. The game was hard because people got lost in the game. They didn't know where the hell to go. So this forced people to get that issue of Nintendo Power. So that way they know where they're going. Now, if you remember, there was a controversy of the magazine of Nintendo Power. It had a cover of Simon Belmont holding Dracula's head, and people were saying that kids got nightmares looking at that cover. And I say to myself,
I love that cover.
That cover was awesome. I say to myself, get over it, okay? No, none of when I actually borrowed that magazine from a friend of mine. My mom didn't say anything about it. She said, okay. There was nothing wrong with that cover. I thought that cover kicked ass because you want to take out Dracula.
You got to share it. I'm sharing it in Zoom chat.
Okay, go ahead.
You got to show the fans.
Hold on.
Awesome.
Yeah, I will bring it right now. Hold on a second.
Share that sucker.
Absolutely.
Definitely share it.
All right, let me check.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
All right, let me go and fix the thing. Boom. All right, done. Put it over here.
YouTube's making me want to whip a bat.
What? Why? What's going on? What's going on?
Huh?
What's going on?
I don't know.
We don't like bats.
It's
Bats are
misplaced
annoying.
anger. I'm just being a dick.
Oh. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share it right now. Hold on a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead. Please share that.
Also, I have a cool picture of you and Koji as well that I'll show as well. So.
Yes, I met Koji Hidehashi. Yes, the man himself.
Oh, cool.
Absolutely. I actually. Let me see what I have. I have that over here. Let's see what I got. Got it right here. If I can find it. But have you shown that cover yet?
Yeah, I'm about to show it right now.
Okay, yeah, because that cover right there, people saying that was a lot of controversy. So yeah, I met Koji Hidehashi, and as you can see, he signed right over here. I don't know if we can see it there because of the I almost had it. I don't know if you can see the gold signature right there.
I'm showing
he signed that cut.
I'm showing it right now.
He signed that cut. Okay.
So
You saw that cover?
yeah. So that right there is the cover of Nintendo Power. I actually own that copy. I actually ripped the cover of the. Okay, the long story. Because I had subscribed to Nintendo Power. I had Nintendo Power for a long time. I even got those Nintendo pins and everything. The longer you become a member, you actually get a bronze, a silver, or a gold Nintendo Power pin that you usually get in the mail, depending on how long.
Mess
I didn't
around,
know about
man.
that.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that. I would love to get that.
Yeah, that was
I would have loved it.
So when I was part of the Nintendo Power subscription, depending on what tenure you actually get a Nintendo Power pin. So I had that pin for a long period of time, and then I lost it, and I regret it because now that pin is vintage. You'll never be able to see that pin ever again, and I'm disappointed. But this cover right here, I was like literally 14 pages of gory details. Yes, it gives you most of the details. It doesn't give you all of them.
Right.
Yes, and also it does give you the map as well. So, and you know that centerfold? Remember that big centerfold they usually have in each and every magazine? Yeah, that's the map was right there. So you got,
it was right there.
That was like Playboy for gamer geeks.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I always got a hard pause.
Usually on Nintendo Power, whenever they have posters like that, it's usually a game that's coming soon. I remember seeing those.
I love that. I had a lot of freaking posters, man. I ripped out. I had them all over my wall. All different posters. I had Mega Man 2, the Mega Man 2 poster.
Nice.
Yeah, all the different ones. But anyway, that's a long story. That's a long story. That's story for another time.
Before we go any further, I don't know if you guys see it, but you see that gold signature. Koji Hidehashi signed my copy of CastleVania Symphony of the Night right there.
Hold on, let me.
That gold signature.
Oh.
I don't know if you can see it.
That's awesome, man, dude. I'm jealous.
Yeah, he signed that sucker for me.
I'm jealous. And here's a picture of.
I don't blame you.
And here's a picture of Johnny holding on to the wonderful whip next to Koji right there. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that, man.
Yeah. Awesome view, man.
Please tell me you whipped the bat.
Okay, now here's the thing.
Oh yeah, we went more than bats.
More than just bats. Some bats in there.
But this was actually for the signature. The picture is actually for the signature of his other game from his new company, Artplay. That's from Bloodstained. So in the background.
Yeah.
So which is
that's what it was.
Speaking of which, the sequel is coming out soon. I can't wait. Oh, that can't wait until that comes out. Oh. Yeah. Yes, I'm all for it, baby. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that too as well.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to Castlevania. So Castlevania 2. Simon's Quest, that was Simon's last adventure. He was able to lift the curse, and then he was able to go back and live throughout his life. So, yes, Castlevania 2 was this game. And as a matter of fact, Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, actually had a Tiger handheld game. I'm sorry, but I have to mention that.
Yeah.
Everybody,
I know.
Everybody in school that I knew, there was at least one or two people that owned that.
He played on the school bus, dude. We got passed around.
I guess passed around, and then there was other games. There was Double Dragon, there was Shinobi.
Yes.
Also.
Double Dragon and Simon's Quest. I didn't get to play the Shinobi one yet.
Shinobi one was pretty cool.
Wow.
I remember that one.
Those games are kind of amazing, man.
Dude, let me tell you something. You see all these videos now that people are making fun of these games, like they suck and everything. You know that started? That started because of the Angry Video Game Nerd when he put up that video about the Tiger games saying how horrible they were and how bad they were. And looking at it now, I was like, yeah, they were a little bit cheesy. I can understand his point, but it wasn't all bad.
Listen,
come on.
It's not. I mean, look. I had the Tiger handheld and everything. Basically, back then, this is before Game Boy was even a blink in someone's eye. These right here were ahead of its time. This is well after the Game & Watch games. Okay, this is actually like basically Tiger.
Yeah, the Game & Watch games.
Game & Watch stuff.
Yeah.
From Nintendo Game & Watch. Yeah, basically, around the same thing, and also that the Tiger handheld baseball and football games too. So they were starting to get into the franchises of all different types of games. So,
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, but I just had to throw that out there anyway, just to let people know. But so yeah, so I want to cover the NES games though. So we got one last NES game though, and this is a truly personal favorite of mine. It's Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. I remember I saved my money and I got this game. There was a sale price. I'll never forget it. I don't know if you guys remember Service Merchandise. They had a big sale going on.
Oh yes, I
And
remember that. Oh shit, I was actually begging
yeah,
my mother, begging her to get me that. God.
I actually had my money saved, because they had a big sale going on. I had like I think I had like $30 saved up, and then when I was looking at I was looking at the merchandise catalog that they had. They had a big sale for NES games, and they had Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse for $20. And I jumped on that and I said,
Yo,
Mom, please take me to the store and get that. She said, okay, we'll go on Saturday when we go shopping. I'll take you there. And
So,
I got that game. I was so happy. And I played through that game. I was trying to, go through all the passes, play with all the characters you could play. Because first of all, in this game, you play as Trevor Belmont, and then you get other partners. So in the second stage, you fight Grant, but after you fight him, you get rid of the curse that was in him. After you beat him, you saved him. So now he's free. So he asked you to take me with you because my family was killed by Dracula. So if you accept him, he'll be along with you. And then Grant was cool though because Grant can like hang on to ceilings and he can reach the places that Trevor can't get to. Like
exactly.
as I remember, there was a ceiling that you can't get to, so you have to use him to get up there. And there's a one up there behind those walls, which was so cool. He has a
the
dagger.
switching.
Yeah, switching characters and stuff was so
Yeah,
awesome. And then
it reminded me of Ninja Turtles. The way you switch.
in a way,
In
Sort
a
of,
way,
in a
yeah,
way.
but it's more
yeah,
real time. It's more like real time though, But
Yeah,
yeah,
which is
because
what it had the advantage over Ninja Turtles. It was a good game.
yeah, exactly. And then you press the select button, you can switch the character anytime you want. And then later on, you go through other levels. Then you also meet up with Saiba Bellis. She is a sorceress, and she
Oh,
can use like fire. She can use crystals. Yeah, and then and she could freeze enemies as well, and she uses the staff to whack her enemies with. So she's a
yeah.
badass, especially with all the spells she has. And
indeed.
so yeah, I mean she couldn't like jump she couldn't like jump high. She wasn't like Granto, but her spells make up for that. Her spells were very powerful. And then later on in the game, because remember you can only stick with Trevor Belmont. You can only have one partner, so you can't like have them all with you. It would be nice, but there's different endings. If you use if you beat the game with Trevor with Grant, you'll hear their stories together. Trevor with Saiba, they have their stories together, and then Trevor with Alcar. So there was so much replay value in that game. It was the replay of that was amazing because it makes you want to go back and see these endings and check whatever passes that you never went through. Like if you didn't go up to this level, you didn't go downstairs to this level. There was so much replay in that game, which I love. And Alcar, the last partner you have, of course, he's the son of Dracula, and he could shoot fireballs, and then he could also turn to a bat. But the thing is, you have to make sure you have a lot of hearts because if you turn to a bat and you want to fly high, you want to reach those places, you got to make sure you have enough hearts because if you don't, forget. Because there was a time when I wanted to pass through that level where there's blocks, but you have to jump on top of it. It was a pain, so I said, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna fly up with Alcar. I didn't check my hearts, and then once I got to the top, oh, my heart, he turns back to himself and he drops down to his death.
Oh my gosh, I hate that.
Yeah.
I hated that. You got to really pay attention too.
Yeah. I didn't pay attention to my hearts, and that's what happened. So, yeah.
Oh
So,
man.
yeah.
Whoops.
But Castlevania 3 took place before the first Castlevania game, and of course, the second game. But Dracula had like three forms in this game, though. I mean, people saying that this was one of the hardest Castlevania games, but I don't know. Maybe it's because me when I first bought the game, I was able to just study hard on this game and play it so much and get used to it, everything, get used to the game. So that's why that game wasn't hard for me because I had so much experience playing that game. So, but Castlevania 3, definitely one of my top 5 games of all time in there. So I don't know if you guys play that game. I don't know if you have any memories playing that.
Oh hell yeah, of course. I mean, listen, it's
I
part of the
sure do,
collection. It's
man.
part of the collection. It's part of the collection. So I pop it in.
Yes,
from
it's
time to
part of
time.
the anniversary collection.
Anniversary collection. Yeah.
Bunch of pals huddled around the TV.
Yeah.
We're all watching and taking turns.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Get your hands on that game. It's only like $20 right now. You know, you can get it. You get it for like $20. You get some of the best Castlevania games. Although there are some Castlevania games that are honorable mentions that did not make it to that collection, but you can be able to get that game. Get a couple other games. Believe there's other collections as well.
Yeah, I can actually go over that because I have in my hands. I have the Castlevania anniversary. I don't know if you can see it. The anniversary collection, the big box right here, the collector's edition.
There you go. Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So this collection has Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse, Super Castlevania 4, Castlevania Bloodlines, Castlevania Adventure, 2, Belmonts Revenge, and Kid Dracula, which is a non-canon game, but it was like a side-scrolling game. Yeah. So. And those are the games, and then they had the Castlevania Advance collection, which has the Castlevania Game Boy Advance games. That's on there, and they have Dracula. They have Castlevania Dracula X, the Super NES version, and then there's the Castlevania Belmonts collection, which has the DS games and Haunted Castle Revisit. So those games.
I got something bad, gentlemen.
Uh-oh. What happened?
I found bullets for sale on pet supply stores for farms and stuff. Bullets are only like $30. Let's go get. See, you could buy the new Castlevania game and have money left over to buy a bullwhip.
There you go.
An actual bullwhip.
Yeah. There you go.
Let's go get one, dude. Let's get some.
Yeah. I'm down.
I'll send you the link.
Okay. Yeah. Send me the link, and we'll definitely take a look into that.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, definitely though. So should we start with the let's move on to the Game Boy games though. And let's start off with Castlevania Adventure that came out in 1989. And this was a very I don't know, some people didn't really enjoy this game because the game was very slow. But you have to give them credit. It was their first Castlevania game on the Game Boy. And this game, you play as Christopher Belmont, and this is his adventure fighting Dracula, and this is also a prequel to Castlevania, the original game. So it was that. So it was Christopher Belmont's time to take on Dracula. So that was that one, and then there was also Castlevania Adventure 2, Belmont's Revenge. That's on the Game Boy. Once again, you play as Christopher Belmont, but this time, this game is much better than the first game, and I'll give you a reason why. The game's a little bit more faster, and then you get to pick. It's like a Mega Man style stage select. You get to pick which stage you want to go to. So if you want to start off with that stage or the first, or you can start whatever stage you want. So I had that Mega Man style right there, and then you get like different powers and stuff like that. Now in this story, Christopher Belmont's son is captured by Dracula. So when you get through all the stages and when you finally get to the last part of Dracula's castle, this is the fucked up part. I'm gonna tell you what happened. You have to fight your son. You have to fight your son and get him out of the spell that Dracula put him on.
Sometimes you have to beat him into submission and everything to get him make it reality.
Yeah, exactly. You need to give that father tough love to him.
There you go.
So he can snap out of it.
Just like
thank him like his pops.
Yeah, just like Joker. Joker to Harley Quinn. You gotta show them love.
Okay.
Boy.
But yeah, after you save your son, aside from from Dracula. Then you fight Dracula, and after you beat him, then you get to see the ending with Christopher and his son. They see the castle crumble, and then that's his story right there. But I do want to mention though, there was a Castlevania the Adventure Rebirth that came out on the Wii. It's only on the Wii, and it's only on the Wii Shop. Now, unfortunately, you cannot buy this game as of right now because the Wii Shop is closed, and unfortunately, that game is in jail, is in lockdown with that. But go ahead, Tony. Do you want to say something?
Yes, I do want to say something. Especially on that point. And this is the reason why legacy titles and everything are something that I'm a big advocate for. A lot of companies like to, hold the gate over all these games, because it's exclusive because they either the companies or whatever that they paid for the exclusivity. Now, remember, all those exclusivities have a window. When the window is closed and there's nobody who actually bought the license for whatever it is, or whatever the license is, or whatever the title is, or the IP, or whatever it is, if nobody grabs it, it's held in limbo. That means nobody has their hand on it. Either it gets returned to the sender, and the sender says, "Oh, well, we had nothing to do with it anymore, so we're just going to not do anything with it," and then it just dies. Or somebody actually sends it out to another licensor and they put it under another label. This happens a lot with a lot of games. Now, but not often enough, which is actually a problem, especially for a lot of these games. Like for instance, Castlevania Rondo of Blood. That game right there. Oh my God! Why all the consoles don't get access to that particular game? It beats me. I have no idea why not. I mean, every single collection that's available for the Xbox Series and the PlayStation 5, every single one doesn't have it. Does not have that particular game. Why? I have no idea. Dracula X and everything is basically a pale in comparison to Rondo of Blood, which basically is more of an enhanced version of Dracula X. The music was better. It was animated cutscenes. And everything. I mean, come on, man.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? If you have not played that game, you are missing out. I played it originally for the TurboGrafx CD. I played it.
The PC Engine.
PC Engine.
It was on the PC Engine.
PC Engine CD. Yes. And man, what an amazing experience! It was absolutely fantastic. I was jelly because I never had. I never had a TurboGrafx CD. Or hell, I have never had a PC Engine or whatever.
I'm going to bring this game up. You see this game right here? This is the Dracula X Chronicles. This was a remake of Rondo of Blood, and this also has Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and it has the original Rondo of Blood. But this also has a remake. The remake is fantastic. They did so much to this game. Like they added like new features, and then also after you beat Dracula's second form, he has a third form in this version. He has a third form. So there's some surprises because this game surprised me because I remember after I beat Rondo Blood, you beat his beast form. That was it. But then after when I beat it and I got everything in the game, I was like, oh good, I finally beat him. And then all of a sudden, and then Dracula's like, it's not over yet. Then he turned to a third form. I was completely unaware and unprepared for it. And then I got took and I was like, holy crap.
Wow. I love
it. And also, I wanted to add another thing to it. Since we're already talking about, since you brought up Rondo of Blood, I might as well just spread it. So, in Rondo of Blood, you have to save Victor Belmont's fiance, Annetto. But here's the catch, though. In the remake that I just showed you, that's on the PSP. Okay, if you don't save her, you know what ends up happening to her? She turns into a vampire, and you have to kill her.
Oh, so there's an alternate ending. Oh
yes.
My God. Okay, that's damn.
Yes.
So
yeah. So you feel like shit. It makes you feel like shit. Like you have to. It's telling you, yeah, you better make sure you go through every single inch of the castle because if you don't, you'll be forced to kill your beloved.
Oh, speaking of stuff,
Yeah.
sorry, but you know what? I have to throw this out here and everything. By the way, I thank you for all of you guys, all of you viewers, all of you wonderful players out there watching this. If you have not done so, please hit the like and subscribe button. Hit that bell notifications to actually to stay on the algorithm, because believe it or not, we got a lot more ammo to give you, because we got some. Speaking of which, we're gonna do an episode dealing with dealing with the choices that you have to make. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about a lot of games and everything that actually have a choice and everything where you have to either kill or destroy your significant other, or have to make a choice of who to sacrifice. There's a lot of games that are like that.
Oh yeah.
And that's
I'm looking at you, BioWare.
Oh,
BioWare. I'm looking at you.
Woo!
You guys pretty much invented that.
There is a lot of games out there where you have to have a choice. You're like, who do I save? Damn, why? Kind of thing. And also, also you have like a no choice situation where you're like, oh shoot, I have to. I have no choice. Oh man, that sucks.
I remember Ghost of Tsushima. After you beat your uncle, they said your uncle tells you, "Oh, you have to do by samurai code. You have to kill me, though." So you had a choice. You either kill him or you don't. So yeah. So there's quite a few games like that. But that's
weird uncle.
Yeah. It was
that weird uncle. I'll just kill him.
I actually didn't though, but because if you play through the game, he wasn't like weirdos that he wanted you to follow the samurai code. But if you play through the game and then you see what really happens, though, you'll understand. So it has you'll have a better understanding because of the whole history with the samurai codes and all that crap.
Oh my!
Your uncle steals panties.
Oh my!
All right, but anyways, back to CastleVania. But yeah, the remake. The remake is only on the PSP though, so it would be nice to see if this game gets re-released on the Sony consoles though. But going back to the CastleVania: The Adventure of Rebirth, I don't understand why Konami is not re-releasing this on the let's say on the Nintendo Switch though, because there was also the Contra Rebirth. That's in the limbo.
Yep.
And Gladius Rebirth. Another Rebirth.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So sad.
And it's just so sad. I don't understand why doesn't Konami do like a Rebirth collection with Castlevania Adventure Rebirth, throw in Contra Rebirth, and throw in Gladius Rebirth. I would buy that immediately, because if you play Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth, it's like Castlevania The Adventure for the Game Boy, but it's so much better. It's so much. There's different stages. The music is so much better. It's like the sound effects are insane. Like I remember this one level, they had like some later shots from an '80s cartoon. I forgot which stage it was, but it sounded so cool.
Oh man!
Oh man, yeah.
See,
this is a game that I wish more and more people would play. And I guarantee you they would have loved this game though, for sure. But
it's a travesty. It's a travesty though, because all those fantastic games, a lot of people are not going to be able to play because it's actually locked under some weird freaking IP limbo. Like I told you before, it's a sad state of affairs. And hopefully the companies will get this right, because or better yet, another company will just step up and say, hey, you know what, we'll buy the IPs off of you, or buy that, we will license out your game. If don't worry about it, we'll give you all the credit and everything, but we're licensing out the game and everything so you can actually distribute it to new consoles and new players out there. Because come on, these games deserve to be remembered and played, not just watched. I'm sorry. I'm sick and tired of.
I'm sick. Yeah, exactly. I mean, no, I don't want to watch these. I don't want to see anybody else play these games. I want to experience these games on my own. I don't understand how people say, "Oh, I'll just watch it and then that's it. I'll never be able to play it." No, try to find a way to play it. If there's a game you want to play, the company owns the property, Write to them. Tell them, hey, listen, you know, I was talking to a lot of people on X that saying that they want to play the Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth. They want to play Contra Rebirth. I know one guy who loves Contra, and he said he's a big Contra fan, but he never got a chance to play the Contra Rebirth, and now he's a little disappointed that he probably will never be able to play it.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, Contra Rebirth is another awesome game that people should play as well, though. But unfortunately, it's in the limbo. So, but like I said, I'm gonna keep bothering Konami, and I know everybody else will until they start releasing this Rebirth collection.
Listen.
So,
I mean, don't think that the companies do not listen to them, even though sometimes they don't, because some of them are very shills. But if you get enough people behind you to say, hey, you know what, I want this game to because we want to play it. I'm pretty sure it will. I mean, hell, they did it for Mortal Kombat the Legacy Collection, but
Legacy Collection, yeah.
Unfortunately,
yeah,
they
we talked about that on Friday.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
hopefully they'll fix it.
They have to. There's no choice. They have no choice. They have to fix it. Do it right the first time, please. Indeed.
Yeah, exactly. But so we talked about the Game Boy. There's one more Game Boy game I'm going to go over. It's called Castlevania Legends.
Yes.
In this game, you play as Sonya Belmont. Now, here's the thing about this game. This game this game was a lot more better than the other Castle. I thought it was better than Castlevania Adventure, but not better than Adventure 2, though. The game was a little bit slower, but there were so many power-ups in that game, which I really enjoyed. There was power-ups. You can refill your life. Sonya Belmont can also shoot fireball out of her whips, which is cool. She can do that. And then there's also a boss fight with Alcor. There was actually like a Tony is probably gonna make fun of this when I say this though, but there was actually a scene where there was an attraction between Alcor and Sonya Belmont. So
interesting.
It was interesting, of course. So then, like after that, you fight Dracula at the end. After you beat him, I'll explain to you. So here's the thing though. Koji Hidehashi didn't like the game because he thought the game was retcon and didn't make any sense. He didn't like the fact that Sonya Belmont, Sonya Belmont had this child and people were imitating that was supposed to be Alcor. Alcor was supposed to be the father of that child. So this is why he says the retcon is non-canon and that's why it was not part of the story. But I enjoyed the game for what it was, though. I can understand that, though. But it is what it is. I mean, it's just a game right there. I'm surprised this wasn't in the anniversary collection, which is sure because I think people should play this game. But it is available. You can play this game on the Nintendo Switch online. It's there for people to try out. So I happen to have all the Game Boy games. There's Castlevania Legends right there. See, the background doesn't like me too much. I got Adventure 2 right there.
I see it.
Of course, background hates me. I should shut it. I should shut this off. And then I got the first one right there.
Nice.
So I got those games though. But that's all for the Game Boy games though. So let's talk about the Super Nintendo games of Castlevania. There's two games.
Oh yeah.
Let's start off in 1991 when the Super Nintendo arrived and we got introduced to Super Castlevania 4. Now, I want to say that Super Castlevania 4 is not a sequel. It's not a prequel. It's actually a remake of the first Castlevania game.
That's right.
Really?
That's right.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Cool.
It is a remake of the first game. And let me tell you something. I was blown away by the music. I was blown away with the fact that you could swing your whip around. You can attach your whip and swing around and all that good stuff. And then you can hang on with your whip. I just couldn't believe it. It's like, and the backgrounds was magnificent, especially that one level when you get to the top and you're jumping on these cattle crates. You're jumping for it, you hear that.
Oh yes,
like that.
absolutely.
Oh man,
Let me
was crazy.
And let's not forget, because you know I'm all about the music. The OST is slamming, made by guess who?
Yeah, you know the answer.
Yuzo Koshiro.
Yes.
He actually did.
Oh, really?
He actually did the Super Castlevania 4 soundtrack. Unbelievable.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's so amazing. Let me tell you something. That OST and everything is so memorable. Everything about it, and they threw some throwbacks and everything. They threw in Vampire Killer and of course Bloody Tears. The remake, they remastered out there both of the soundtracks.
They remastered it, and plus the also Trevor Belmont's theme music from the first stage of Castlevania 3 is in that game as well.
That's right, indeed. Oh yes.
When I first got to that stage, when I was a kid, I was like, "Holy crap! This is from Castlevania 3." You know, one of my first games I loved, and dude, he blew it away. Yuzo Koshiro, oh my goodness.
He's a masterclass. He's masterclass when it comes to music, when it comes to soundtracks. He's a masterclass. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's why the soundtrack was so memorable, and of course the stages, the bosses in that game was awesome. Of course, he invented Simon's theme. Did you know that?
No, that one I didn't know.
Theme.
Oh my God!
The first stage, and that's why whenever Simon Belmont appears, that's his theme music. That will be his theme. I think Yuzo Koshiro made Simon's theme song right there. So gotta hand it to him. You gotta hand it to him.
Absolutely.
You know what's awesome? What we're doing right now? We're called Gaming Treble. Treble's musical. Bam! It always comes back to the music because I love music.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely, indeed.
Yes.
Yes. Woo. Let me tell you something. So,
let's. Castlevania's soundtrack is banging. It's as good as Ninja Gaiden.
They're bangers. Oh, the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Memorable bangers. It's up there with Contra and Ninja Gaiden. You're gonna remember those themes.
Absolutely.
Of course, definitely. And when you play a Castlevania game, though, you're gonna recognize a song from a previous game. That's what makes these games so great.
Indeed.
You know, you're always gonna play, and you're gonna remember. Oh, I remember this song from this game, and that game was a remix. So that's one of the things I love about this series. You know, they never forget their wonderful themes.
Yep. So I'm gonna. Oh yeah, go ahead. So anyway, you know, because I know you're rambling on. I got to put my 2 cents in there.
Yeah, exactly. I want you to say something as well. I don't want to keep taking up the space.
I know. So anyway, when I first popped in this game, because I actually saw this for the first time over at believe it or not, I actually saw this over at Software Etc. when they actually showed it off.
Okay.
You remember Software Etc. Software Etc. Over at the Gallery Mall.
You're talking about that's located in the first floor where the food court is at. Am I right?
That's right.
I love that place.
Oh
man,
my
that
God.
was such a good store, man.
Nostalgia to the fullest. Especially that's why I first saw the Neo Geo. Actually, believe it or not. We were talking about Neo Geo and everything during the SNK. If you guys missed that episode, watch that. That's from last Friday.
Yeah, turn it to that though. I told people the first time I saw an actual Neo Geo was at Nobody Beats the Wiz. I think Tony remembers that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, Nobody Beats. I
remember Software Center too. It was in our mall, my local mall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Software Center. Yeah. Still remember. But getting back to it, because I actually was, I've only played like the first stage and stuff like that, but I finally got my hands on the game for home. And man, let me tell you something. You want to talk about an all weekender? It was an all weekender game. I literally woke up and popped in the game. I went to sleep, and then I woke up and I popped in the game. And of course, there's passwords in the game, so you could be able to continue where you left off. But I still to this day, I think I still have one of the codes left. I had to look at one of my books in the day. I wanted to show it, but I actually had one of the little password things, to continue on to what I was playing. But man, let me tell you something. That soundtrack had me. It had me throughout the whole entire thing. Some of the stages are so damn good. It just resonates with you. Every single
Yeah, definitely.
They utilized Mode 7, Super Nintendo's Mode 7, so damn good in that game. Oh my God! Some bosses expand and grow, and some bosses like that. Certain stages, I think, of course, with the chandelier, some stages actually rotate when you're actually hanging on there and stuff like that.
Yes.
Oh my God!
I remember that stage. Yeah.
Yes.
I couldn't believe that.
Yes.
I could not believe that stage. Yeah. Wow.
And there's like a tunnel stage, and I think where the whole entire screen is like freaking when you're going through the stage, and the whole thing is rotating around you and stuff like that. And things are popping out. Bro, man, come on, man. That game was just too much. I was so freaking awesome, and I still play it. From time to time.
Of course.
If you see it right now, you see Castlevania Super Castlevania 4, which is the reason why it's like one of my all-time favorite Castlevania games of all time, next to Symphony of the Night. I think that this one right here is right there. It's right there at the top.
Yeah.
Right there.
Woo. I don't blame you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. This game was a classic. This is a classic game. This is one of the first best games that came out on the SNES at the time, and people can still play this game to this day and even enjoy it. So, but yeah. And then the other Castlevania game that came out on the Super Nintendo was Castlevania Dracula X. We spoke about Render of Blood. This is a toned down version, for what it was at the time, because to be honest with you, I had no access to the PC Engine. So it was unfortunate for me that I didn't get to play it. I had to wait until the mid-2000s to finally play it. So to me, this game, I didn't enjoy it as much as Super Castlevania 4, but I thought it was cool because I do like the character Richter Belmont, and I do like some of the stage music, because some of the stage music was actually cool. And then there was like different paths in the game as well, which I like because it kind of reminded me of Castlevania 3. So it did have the replay value in there, but it just wasn't as good as the PC Engine, though, because remember, it was in the cartridge. Let's be fair. It's in the cartridge. So, but, if people didn't miss out on that game, they could, like I said earlier, they can play the Castlevania Advanced Collection. That's on there. So you can play that, and then there's ways to play Rondo of Blood, so you can see the differences, which is good.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, this game came out way later, until 1994. It was 95 that this game came out.
There you go.
So, yeah, that game. So we took care of that's all for the Super Nintendo Castlevania games. Now let's talk about the Genesis game, Castlevania Bloodline.
Yes. Oh God, that game was so
I
good.
rant about that game. They love it. I didn't get a chance to play it.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude. Let me tell you something. Do yourself a favor. Purchase
I heard it was amazing.
Yes, purchase it. Purchase that. Get this Castlevania Legacy Collection. Just buy it. Get it.
Yeah, just buy the anniversary collection.
Every single Castlevania game that you can think of,
almost
everyone. You get to play it. Even Kid Dracula, which is actually more like a.
Kid Dracula is a fun game, though. But even though it's not part of the cast, but it's a fun game. But yeah, Castlevania Bloodlines, you play as two characters this time. You play as John Morris and Eric Liccardo. John Morris used the Vampire Killer Whip, and Eric Liccardo uses the Alucard Spear. Yeah. So, it takes place during World War One, and what happened was Elizabeth Bartlett, who's Dracula's niece, resurrected Dracula. So with World War One start, remember Dracula can come back if there's like something evil or terrible happened in the world. And since World War One started, there you go. That was enough for Dracula to come back.
Of course.
And and then so it's up to John Morris and Eric Liccardo to stop Dracula. And the music was spectacular. The music was so good. It's made by Michiru Yamane. She did a fantastic job on the music in this game. And then later on, she started working on other Castlevania music, and it was fantastic. So props to her, though. And the game was pretty gory too, as well. There was some enemies.
Absolutely, the blood in that game was all about it. It's all about it.
Yeah. I remember there was these creatures that if you time it right, you can knock their heads off while they're still flying.
There you go.
Cool.
Yeah.
We're gonna go learn that.
Yeah. So there was some really cool bosses in that game as well, though. Some of the stages were a little crazy because there were, and you know what's funny, since it took place in World War I. Here's a funny thing about that. There's actually skeleton soldiers in that game as well, which is, yeah.
Well, I mean, go figure. You know, you gotta have something that's dealing with World War I in the game, so why not?
Right.
You know,
So yeah, this game's fantastic. This is one of my favorite Castlevania games. Bloodlines, definitely check this one out. I thought this was a fantastic game. So we did talk about Rondo of Blood. That was on the PC engine. We went a little ahead, but that's okay because Rondo of Blood, we know, is up to Richter. He has to save his wife, and Maria's also introduced Maria as well, but she was young and she was powerful in the game. She could her pigeons that she could shoot out, and those monster creatures, and not the monster, but other creatures that helps her out. Which is bizarre.
She's almost like a necromancer in a sense, but she's like, you know, that and also a little bit of sorcery as well. So
she can double jump and she can also slide as well.
Yep.
She can do all that as well. So after the 16-bit games, though, there was a Castlevania game that was supposed to come out called Castlevania: The Bloodletting for the 32X. That got canceled.
Yes, I remember that one. Yeah, it was actually that showed up in I think it was Game Fan. Game Fan actually showed up. Yes.
That's correct.
Game Fan actually showed up, had a little expose on that, you know, and it showed up like in the back pages and everything about games that are supposed to be coming out soon, and we would get excited. You know, but of course, like some certain games, you know, didn't catch enough traction, or maybe they're probably working on something else, and they said, "Oh, let's scratch it." It's not
Yeah, exactly. That happened a lot with the 32X because I remember I read that Alien vs. Predator, the arcade game from Konami, was supposed to be on the 32X.
I was so pissed off about that. You have no idea. I was like, damn it. Freak, they had an opportunity. They had it in their hands and they lost it. Oh, man. This is like the only game that never came freaking home. The only one.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I think that would have got a lot of people to buy the 32X.
Yeah.
That game came out.
They gave up on the game too quickly. But anyway,
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's okay. It's cool, though. But I was just going to go on. So they decided to cancel the Bloodletting. And then they decided to put their next project on the PlayStation. And that's when we got the legendary Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Woo!
Not only, which I had gracefully, gladly got assigned by the man himself. But this game, oh my goodness. I don't even know what to say, what to even start on this game. I already know that in the beginning, before you first start the game, it takes place at the end of Castlevania Dracula X Rondo of Blood.
There you go.
So you know this was a sequel, and now you're playing as Alucard, which the last time we saw Alucard was in Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. So now you know there was like a little history back there. And then, so you play as Alucard, you start off powerful, you meet up with Death, but then unfortunately you don't get your weapons. You don't have your weapons that long because takes them away, and now you have to rebuild yourself, and you gotta get more, go through the castle and get weapons and different shields, and different spells, and oh man, and the music's fantastic. And then you meet up with Maria, who was in Rondo of Blood.
Yep.
And then she's all grown up, and then so you go. So it was like a Metroidvania game. So you're going through this castle. But I'll tell you what, though, which was bizarre. Once you found out there was a second castle and there was a cutscene where there's an upside-down castle, I was like, what the hell is this?
Now, here's the funny thing. There are, when you get to a certain point in the game, I might as well, if you haven't played the game, that's too bad. I'm going to spoil it. You should have by now. But there's actually a certain item that you need to actually, because you remember, you do have to face Richter. You do have to face.
He's brainwashed.
Yes, he's been brainwashed. But you don't know that unless you have a special reticle. You actually earn that reticle by going to the certain librarian. The librarian is supposed to give you that item.
Actually, it was was Maria that gives you.
I'm sorry, Maria.
the,
Maria. Yeah, Maria. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But you have to meet her in a certain area. I believe it is.
Right.
But you can miss it. But that's the problem. You can miss it. And if you miss it, you actually face Richter before that. You actually kill Richter, right?
Right.
But and you think it's an end, and well,
it's not really the end. You didn't discover what really happened.
Nope. So that's considered a bad ending. So,
right.
But now that I gave you that little tidbit, you'll discover how to get to the second castle. The second castle is very easy to get there.
Exactly.
And of course it has all to do with the part the clock. So when you get to the clock, you'll know exactly what you do.
Right. Exactly. Just make sure you travel through everywhere you find, and also.
Oh yeah.
Let's not forget, Alucard can turn into a bat. He can turn into a wolf, and he can turn to mist.
There you go.
So it's got different types of he's got all different types of powers.
And you can power those, and you can power those avatars. I mean those where you go
the familiars.
Familiars.
Yeah. You get the forms and they also have familiars as well. You have a fairy, you have a demon, you have a sword.
Yep.
It's just like this game has like so much. It's like they put so much of detail. Now, not only there was a PlayStation version, but there was a Saturn version. The Saturn version
that was the
actually added more. Yeah, unfortunately, the Saturn version had a slowdown, but they added extra stages, and believe it or not, there's a Maria boss fight because you did get the holy glasses from Maria, but this boss fight was only in the Saturn version. And her powers were very different, though. She was very strong, so you had to beat her to earn her trust, and then she would give you those glasses that you need to see what was messing with Richter.
That's crazy. That's crazy though. I didn't even know that too. I was like, because at first I thought when I first met her, I was thinking, oh yeah, no problem. Okay, good. I can get the glass. And then she's like, fight me. I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. I really want to play because I don't know if people even saw this before, but there's actually people that are working on the Saturn version, and they're trying to like fix it. They're trying to like fix all the slowdowns. They're trying to like translate it. So there's some works out there. If you look hard, there's people out there actually putting like mods for the Saturn version, so that way people can they can be able to read the text language, the language in Japanese, and you'll be able to, and then the slowdowns will not exist.
That I actually lost that game because I actually did have it for the Sega Saturn. The
import version.
The import version.
Wow.
I had it. This was limited in Yonkers at the time, and of course, you know how people are like bastards and they like to break into houses and stuff like that. My console, everything was gone. Even the doll that I got my wife from the factory exchange and everything, completely gone. So $450 doll, by the way. And believe me, I'll let to break the legs of those who actually stole it. But other than that, but still, other than that though, but I loved it. I was like, oh, this is different. Even the animations for certain characters when you get killed are different. Some of them scale, some of them scale different and stuff like that. They don't just explode. They just they do different animations where they die and all that stuff.
There was.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and plus I even saw some of the stages. Like they had a garden, there was this garden stage, and it actually plays the original CastleVania theme song, and as well. That was missing though. That wasn't on the PlayStation because obviously the PlayStation version didn't have those stages. So. And they have some editing though, but nonetheless, it's still a fantastic game. Doesn't matter which game you play it on, though. You can play the PlayStation version, the Saturn version, but it would have been very nice, if Konami was to release the Saturn version to the, just to make this available for people to play, because like the only way you'll be able to play this game is that you gotta have a Saturn and import this game, and see if you could be able to play like the modern version that actually translates the language and actually fix all the slowdowns in the game. So
yeah,
that was the problem.
I'm actually showing off the Sega Saturn version right now. Just showing a video, and they're showing all the animations and also how it looks. It's completely different. Completely different.
And I do know in the Saturn version, you're able to either start off. You can play the game as either Alcor or Berea or Richter from the start as well.
Yeah, exactly. And and also they had different entrances too. So the cut scenes and everything are gone, and stuff like that, and all that stuff. So it's just crazy. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Worth it if you can get your hands on it. But right now, I believe it's going for about almost $200 and everything. Because of not scalpers, but they want to collectors because of the collectors thing.
Right.
So $200 and something I think it is right now. So.
Yeah, I mean it just depends on where you get it though. But nonetheless, I mean if none of you ever played Castlevania Symphony Night, you should already been playing this game though. But me on the other hand, I do want to play the Saturn version. I do want to play the ones that's translated by the fans out there. I do want to play that one. And because like I said, it was some slowdown. I like to check that version out. See, that would be the perfect version right there.
God bless the modders. God bless the people who actually are passionate about the games and also want to make the improvements. Those are the ones who spend dedicated quality time of translating imported games that never got translated to English at all. And they actually spend that time and they translated the whole time. And these guys are amazing. These guys are wizards. And I applaud them. I applaud them. And I just hope that these guys actually get hired by some of the companies out there or some of the indies or whatever it is to be able to translate games.
Yeah.
Bring them home. Bring them to modern day consoles. I love it. I would love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So this is on the PlayStation Saturn, and then there was another Castlevania game that came out on PlayStation called Castlevania Chronicles. This game is another remake of the first game, but they actually, unlike Super Castlevania 4, they actually used the stages from the first game on the NES. So, and also, I forgot to mention if you remember the system called the Sharp X6800. The 6800 was like a what do you call like a computer system though, and it was a powerful system. They even had Final Fight on that game on that system. So they did a Castlevania game on that, and it's exactly that. It's actually Castlevania Chronicles had that version in there, which is the original version, and then they made an arranged version where they changed Simon's hair color into red, and they changed Dracula's look.
What was the console again? What was it called again?
It was called the Sharp X6800.
The Sharp X6800.
That game had a Castlevania game though, but Castlevania Chronicles, the one we're talking about now, that's on the PlayStation, which is this game right here. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. It was this game right here. And by the way, this game's going for like almost $200 on eBay right now. It's very rare.
Oh wow, they had Afterburner and all that stuff for that kind of console.
Yeah. They had Final Fight, which was a good version.
Final Fight. Holy cow, this looks pretty damn good. I mean, it's a rare console. That geez, the price. Oh, there it is. Akuma Joke Dracula. Yep, there it is. Holy cow. Whoa!
Right.
Look at that price. Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. No. Sorry. That's like buying a Neo Geo all over again. Even worse. Holy crap, man. Dude. You know what? See, that's see. Okay. I mean, I'm sorry. I know I'm kind of veering off a little bit. We got plenty of time. So I'm gonna do a small little rant. Small rant. Okay? Dude.
Sure.
Okay. You collectors out there and everything are ruining classic gaming. You are. You are for several reasons. Why? Number one, not all these companies are going to be able to get all these licenses back. That's one. Two, these games that deserve to be played by everyone, not just hanging on someone's freaking shelf and everything, collecting dust instead of a plastic case and everything marked rare or valuable. I'm sorry. Games are to be played, not to be displayed. Okay? Difference.
Yeah, I know quite a few people that does that, and I'm not going to mention any names. I do not want to give them any exposure because I don't think they deserve it.
So I appreciate the fact that you are, that you give, that you like to display these games and be proud. Hey, we're preserving history. Okay, I get it. But you know what? For who? For who, though? You're not building a museum. No one's going to be traveling all the way to your freaking house and everything to play the freaking game. So what? Are you going to resell the game? No, you're not going to resell the game. You spent all that money. You just put a nice little price value on there and added it to your freaking, your assets. I guess it is. Video games are not assets. They are entertainment tools to play and to enjoy. That's what they're for. You play the games, you enjoy them. You get to talk about them. Hey, look at this game, this actually Y and Z. Yes, it's good to actually have the game and play the games and stuff like that. But come on, man. Don't be one of these fools out there, and now all these collectible shops, all these shops that actually sell these games are now forced to put these big freaking tags on all these games.
Yeah.
Just because you're gullible enough to actually spend almost like freaking half a grand to get a freaking game that probably doesn't exist anymore. Off with you. Off with you. I hate that, man.
Right.
So now
I know.
So anyway, so now you make the achievable unachievable, and you get to sit right there and look through a glass and everything and say, "Oh, I wish I could have that game," but you have to give half your paycheck just to get it. Nah, it ain't happening, son.
Yeah.
But
I know. It's sad, but that's how it is. But you know what? Here's the thing. At least
yeah, Dorian agrees. Dorian agrees. Dorian, thank you.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Dorian.
Thank you, Dorian.
I agree. Absolutely.
Right. But you know what? Let's just say I'm just happy that this game here, CastleVania Chronicles, they give us the option to play the original mode, and there's an arranged mode as well. So they changed the music change. It's so much better. The music is so much better, and you get to play a different way, different take on how the original Castlevania is. I mean, you still have the stages, just like the NES game, and Dracula looks a little bit different. So there's that. And then with this game, Castlevania Chronicles, like you said, and you put that rant out there. I mean, the game is going for a lot of money, which is going for like at least 200. I mean, if you go on eBay right now, yeah, I was very fortunate to get this game when it first came out because I remember. You want to know how much when this game came out when it first came out on the PlayStation 1 back in 2001?
$30, not even $30.
But like I think it was like either 20 or $30.
Yeah, around there, about $29.99. I think if I remember correctly. It was like $30. Yeah.
Yeah,
Smart.
around that time.
That's smart.
Aha! You got that? I had to throw that in there. But Castlevania Chronicles. This was a remake of the first Castlevania game. So it's definitely after if you love the old school Castlevania games, I highly recommend you check this out when you can. So now we covered all the console games, and so Konami decided to take the Castlevania games into the handheld systems. So they decided to release Castlevania Circle of the Moon, which is this game right here.
Yes, for the Game Boy Advance, absolutely.
The Game Boy Advance, and this one you play as Nathan Graves, and he teams up with Hugo Grant, and then Quincy Moore's he's Nathan's trainer, and he's also Hughes' father as well, though. So what happened was Carmela resurrected Dracula, and after that, so they knocked out the two guys, Nathan Graves, which who you play, and Hughes Grant down to the puddle. So Hugo has a little rivalry with Nathan. So he told him to stay out of my way. You'll get in my way, and then Nathan's like, "Well, what's his problem?" So then later on, you find out something's up with him. So, but you get to that later on. But what's cool about this game is that they have these cards. They have these dual cards. So if you mix up the dual cards with other cards, you get like different powers. Like you'll get a lightning web. You'll be able to summon like a thunderbird to strike lightning at your opponents. There's also one you could summon like a fire salamander who could spread fire around the screen. It's like there's so many possibilities you could do. You could actually like you could actually send out a black hole to destroy your enemies. There's so much there's so much stuff you could do in this game. This either could power up your weapons, or it can either give you some different types of spells with these DS cards that you get in the game. But they're very rare. It's like it makes you want to like just keep on destroying as many enemies as you can, because only like a certain enemy has a card, but you keep going back to the same level and to take out that enemy to see, oh, I have to get this card. I want to know what this card does. So there was like different powers though, but of course it's like a Metroidvania. So you're going from level to level up, and then you get to find out more. And there's like a little bit of cutscenes here and there, with some of the enemies you fight in the game. But the problem with this game, though, that people have problems with in this game, in Castlevania Circle of the Moon, is that the game was too dark, and the Game Boy Advance didn't have that good backlight with the Game Boy Advance. That was the problem with this game. It was dark though, but the game was great though. So
say route to the screen, the small screen,
yeah,
the portable screen. Okay.
Exactly. So, but you know what people had to do? They had to buy the Game Boy Advance light, where they have to attach to their Game Boy Advance, and then there's a light that flashes right on the screen, so you can actually see what's going on. So you could actually, yeah.
Listen,
yeah,
that was before the backlights. The backlights, never happened until like way later, So
that game probably is probably why one of the reasons why they put the backlight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean it's a great game. It's a great game. I don't know, Taurus, if you heard about they had these DS cards that you get. Like if you mix these cards, you get like different spells. You get like a different whip.
Oh no,
all that good stuff.
I remember. Yeah, I remember that game. I actually love. That game because it's actually used the card elements so you could be able to get more powerful. Almost like what game was it? It was a game that you could actually mix and match cards, and each card actually will you can actually be able to merge them or merge them into some new items and new weapons and what have you. And I love that. I love that concept. I wish more games actually do that, though, to be honest with you. I think they're starting to really start to catch on because certain games are starting to do that now. So.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, that's Castlevania Circle of the Moon right there. So, I mean, it was good, though, because it was actually one of the Game Boy Advance's launch titles. I don't know if you remember that. It was actually one.
Oh, yeah. Game Boy Advance. Let's just say, they had a very nice library of games when it first came out. So that's the reason why it was
great. I loved it.
So
it was like a Super Nintendo in your pocket.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty much.
I had Klonoa, Super Mario Advance, which actually was Super Mario World 2, or Super Mario Brothers 2, remastered, because basically,
Yes, they had voices.
Yep,
I loved it.
Yep, they had voices, and of course, the certain power-ups and everything were bigger. They had bigger power-ups and everything. So when you actually pick it up, big, gigantic, freaking, oh man, so freaking awesome! I loved it.
Oh yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah, the Game Boy Advance was great though. But Castlevania Circle of the Moon, I thought this was a great game. It came out in 2001. It was the same year Castlevania Chronicles came out, and then like a year later, we also had this game that came out, Now, remember the backlight problems? Well, this game right here, Castlevania: Harmony of Disclosure. In this game, you play as Judas Belmont. Judas Belmont, and he kind of looks a little bit like
Unfortunate name.
Alucard.
Poor guy.
Well, you know.
Poor guy.
The name name's literally for backstabber.
But yeah, I get it though. Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. So he
Sorry,
is the.
Johnny.
It's okay. I was just gonna get to him though, but he is the grandson of Simon Belmont. So this takes place after the events of Castlevania, of the original Castlevania. So this is a pretty unique take though. So him and Maximum are going into this castle because they found out that Dracula is supposed to be coming back, and they're trying to save their childhood friend Lydia. So, I mean, people can say that, oh, maybe there's a love triangle going on with these because they're young vampire hunters, and so, but it had a pretty unique story, and plus, also you can actually, there's actually spell books in the game. Instead of using cards, there's spell books. So you can mix up with ice, you can mix up with fire, and all different types of spell books. So it'll come up with a unique power. There'll be one that you can summon a firewall, you can summon like a freeze attack, or rain attack, and then your whip has different types of. You can actually put I have a rock on your whip. You have a chain whip. You can do. There's so many things you could do with it though, and plus, yes, he can actually swing his whip just like his grandfather Simon. So, and also, yes, they did in this game. They did fix the darkening problem. There's actually the game is more bright this time. It's more brighter this time. But here's the thing: the music took a little bit backfall. The music was a little bit like 8-bit style. The music wasn't as great as it was in the last game, Circle of the Moon. So they took a step back on that, unfortunately. But here's the great thing about this game. Like Castlevania Symphony of Night, there's also a second castle. So it makes the game even longer. And then it makes you want to keep going back and forth, taking out enemies. There are so many bosses in this game. There is a lot of bosses in this game. They'll definitely keep you going as well. So, but yeah, the experience of this game, and there's just so much of this game, and they also decided to add the quick save just in case, like if you had to leave, like you don't have time to save, you can just do a quick save right there and just save where you're at, and then you come back to it later.
That right
which
there,
is great.
that's a great feature. I love that. That's fact that they actually add that,
Yeah.
because especially if you get that far in the game, you don't have time. You don't have time to sit right there and write down freaking passwords and codes and everything like the grid style. Remember the grid style? Grid style one where you have A, B, C, D, E, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And then you have and also each symbol is different. Like you have the whip one and the
Splatterhouse had that.
That's a pain in the ass.
There's Splatterhouse,
Yeah.
Evil Dead Kill, is a flat password.
It's a pain in the ass and everything. It's almost as bad. It's almost as bad as Metroid's freaking codes. Where you actually literally have to get, if you get one freaking letter or number wrong, that thing, it's just error. I hate that crap. But
I'll tell you, and also, I forgot to mention I did mention about the spell books you get in the game. Mix them up. There's like almost over 30 different spells you can do in this game, so it makes you want to discover all of them. There's some really good, powerful ones you could use. I remember I did a spell book with the cross, and I was able to kill Dracula very easily when he got to his second form. So there's so much to discover in this game with the spells. Like you always want to pick your best one that you want to stick with though. But it makes you want to use the other ones. It makes you want to discover, which I like. So but that's Castlevania Harmony of Disclosure. This is a really great game though. But unfortunately, but like I said, the music wasn't their sharpest tool, but at least they fixed the brightness in the game.
Indeed.
So.
Yeah, but there's a lot
There's a lot of games, and I hate to say this though, but but I don't think we're going to be able to cover all these games. I really don't think we're going to be able to.
So
because it's just like there's a lot. There's a lot.
We can get some to do some notable ones though. You know, the ones that are more notable, especially the Lords of Shadow. We have to talk about that one. We have to cover
There's 3 games.
Yeah.
I'll just cover this one game called Dawn. This is Arrow Sorrow.
Arrow Sorrow.
That's another great game. This takes place in the future. This takes place at the end around 2020. I think it was 2025 or 2035. Yeah, I was 10 years off though. But
Cool.
But in this game you play as Soma Crusoe, and then you find out that something there was an eclipse that was going on, and it had something to do with Dracula, and then he found out that he had this power, like he had like powers of powers of the monsters. Like he'd be able to, like, if he gets like a power like a soul, he can actually capture souls of monsters. Say like if he gets the soul of a skeleton, he could be able to throw bones. He could shoot like say like if he kills a fish man, he could shoot fire, and he could use different weapons. He could use swords, he could use spears, and all these other types of weapons he could use in the game. And mixing up the souls with, like, there'll be like a soul that maybe he can gain some life, or he could find secret doors, secret passes. So, and then the story is interesting because you get to find out that you actually meet some of the descendants. Though you meet Julius Belmont, you meet Yoko Belnis, who's actually her ancestor is actually Sypha Belnis from Castlevania 3: Dracula's Curse. So there's huge connections in this game, and you meet some kind of ancient Gasian oracle, but then you find out later on he's actually Alucard.
Nice.
So
cool.
Yeah, and then you meet all the different types of characters and stuff, and then you find out like your purpose is to find out like why you're at this place. Why are you in this castle that seems similar to Dracula's? It seems like it's the Dracula's castle, and how'd you get these powers? The end. When you get towards the end is nuts.
Nice.
Because, yeah, I mean, I don't want to give out spoilers though, but you can actually play these games in the Castlevania Advanced Collection.
Nice.
So
yeah, it's definitely worth a shot for you to play those games. Try them out.
Yeah.
And it's available right now for $20. You actually be able to get those down. Download that game and play it.
Download those games and you can get digital copies. But I mean, there is the DS games though.
Yeah.
And there's 3 of them.
Yep.
There's the sequel to Arrow Sorrow called Dawn of Sorrow, and they decided to use anime cutscenes in this one.
Nice.
So you still play as Soma Cruz, and actually there is an extra mode where you get to play as Alucard, Julius Belmont, and Yoko Belnis as a 3 team. So
nice.
That's something to look to. And then there's Portrayal of Ruin. There's a connection with Castlevania Bloodlines because you get to play as John Morris' son, Jonathan Morris, and this takes place around the beginning of World War II.
Oh, of course. So that's good. Keeps that theme right there, going right there, which is awesome.
Exactly. And then you also have Charlotte, who's also a descendant. They said she's a descendant of the Bellius clan, which is the clan, Sypha from Castlevania 3. Remember, the Bellius and the Belmont clan, they work together,
of course,
to fight off Dracula. So that's a huge connection. And then you get to find out, and then there's also appearance by a character from that's also in Castlevania Bloodlines as well. So they use the anime cutscenes as well. And then there's also a game that takes place around after the events of Castlevania Symphony of the Night, was called Castlevania Order of Escalus. You play as Sonoa, who captured these Gaulists though, so she can like take powers away from. She could take the powers from monsters and use it to her advantage. And plus, she uses dual attacks. She could use swords, she could use axes, she could use hammers, and then she could strike like a combo strike.
Nice.
So,
nice.
Yeah. But I wish we could go a little bit more deep into it, deep into those games though. But there's also the PlayStation 2 games, which is Castlevania Limit of Innocence. You play as Leon Belmont. That's the very first game. If you want to know how everything started, how the whole thing between the Belmont clan and Dracula started, that's the game you want to play. It's only available on the PlayStation 2.
But it's a very, this is actually really, this is where we can get the meat and the potatoes, because I mean, a lot of people really want to get into the lore. If you can get your hands on that game and you want to know about the whole entire thing, how the whole entire series started, play that game. This series,
yes.
I actually got an opportunity to finish the game, and then you find out the plot twist, which is actually really, really sickening.
Yeah.
Right, so
and plus there was a really sad moment, and you get to find out where the vampire killer whip came from, where it got its power.
Oh my God! Yeah, let me tell you, that's another thing. It's all about sacrifice, man. And then, but
yeah,
you know what?
That's not spoiling the ending.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna spoil the ending. I remember playing that game, and then when I got to that part, that thing, I was literally almost depressed. I was literally depressed because I was like, whoa. But it was like necessary, and it's a long story. And then you find out, something else also in that thing about the origins of Dracula. So I'll leave it at that. So
we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that as well. But then the other game before we get into the Lords of Shadow series, which is a different it's a different timeline. It's not part of the original Castlevania storyline.
Nope.
There's a game called Castlevania Curse of Darkness where you play as Hector. And this is the game that I enjoy so much because you have all these familiars and you can power them up as much as you can. You can level them up, you can turn them. Yeah. I think you will love this game, Tony. If you like familiars and stuff like that, let me tell you something. This game goes beyond it. It goes beyond. Like, say if you kill enemies with your sword, your familiar will turn into something else. We'll have different types of powers. Or if you kill enemies with a spear, or if you use your fist, whatever, you get to different types of crystals, and you can apply those to your familiars.
Yep.
And there's so many outfits to wear in the game. Oh man, this game was fantastic. This was really good. This was really great. This game, actually, I want to mention that this game takes place 5 years after the events of Castlevania 3: Dracula's Curse.
There you go. I was just about to say that. Indeed, yeah.
So
it's amazing. It's really awesome. Really awesome game. PlayStation 2 also. It came up PlayStation 2 also.
It's also on PlayStation 2, and it's also on the original Xbox.
And the original Xbox, right? Oh yeah, that's right. It was the first Castlevania game that actually came onto the Xbox. That's right, the OG Xbox.
That's correct.
Oh yes, I remember that. Mm-hmm.
This game was fantastic. The original Xbox version was a little better because the loading times were much faster.
Much faster.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I actually still have some of those strategy guides for those games as well, though, in my closet. So I bought them because you know me, I like to collect stuff. I like to read some of the stuff. So, we're almost at 11. So. So I'll let you do the Lords of Shadow because I wish I could go a little bit more deeper into these games because you know how time is. So go ahead with the Lords.
I'll go into the Lords of Shadow because I finished both games.
I talk too much.
Oh no. Like I told you, man, you are a Castlevania fan.
Yeah.
You actually know the lore. You know every little in and out, and I wanted you to go deep into it.
Thanks.
But there are also
perfect guy for the drivers.
Absolutely. Basically, Lords of Shadow is considered a reboot. It's actually more of a new reimagining of what the lore of Dracula came from. Now, Lords of Shadow and everything is actually it's almost like a sad story, basically, where basically Gabriel Belmont is actually trying to save or to resurrect his wife.
Right.
But the problem is and everything is that his helper or his protagonist, so to speak, is actually trying to, kind of be his voice of reason, almost like his little Jiminy Cricket, so to speak. And also, luckily, the funny thing too is that the voice of that character is actually none other than oh goodness gracious, the name's on the tongue.
Patrick Stewart. Sir, no, I'm sorry, no, not Sir Patrick Stewart.
My apologies. Sir Patrick Stewart.
Had it correctly.
That's right, Sir Patrick Stewart. So yes, and it's really the story is fantastic. You get to find out his struggles. Spoiler alert. Should I spoil it? Yeah, I'll spoil it. What the hell?
Okay, all right. If you want to,
I'll spoil it. Basically, Gabriel Belmont and everything actually, was tricked. He was tricked to actually do all these things because he was actually had to capture the souls of all these enemies and all these monsters, so to speak, and he literally was absorbing all these things. And the problem is that he was, that the devil himself was the one who actually said, okay, well, now you have all this power. Now you have all this power and everything. You are now considered an undead, and he didn't believe it. But then when he actually defeated the devil and everything, he actually became the devil, the incarnate, basically Dracula himself. He became an undead. Right. So and he was forced, and under the ruse of this thing, and you'll find out in the sequel that he was actually considered a threat on the outside, and he was about to be attacked. So at the beginning of the game, you'll actually see that also, where he actually absorbs and sucks blood and all that stuff. So yeah, really awesome, really awesome. So,
I also wanted. This game doesn't get mentioned. There was also a podcast that was talking about the Lords of Shadow series. They were missing a game, and the game takes place in the middle of CastleVania Lords of Shadows 1 and Lords of Shadows 2, and this is called CastleVania Lords of Shadows Mirrors of Fate, which came out on the 3DS.
That's right, Satchel.
Yes, and it came out on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, and I'll take over. I don't know if you play that game though.
No, I didn't get a chance to play that one.
Okay, you should play this one. I'll cover this. I'll cover this one, and then you can cover the second one.
Sure.
So in this game, you get to play. At first, you play as Gabriel Belmont, though. So unfortunately, you find out Marie, his fiance, actually his wife, actually gave birth to their son. But then she finds out the news that Gabriel's gone, and then they took the son away, which is Trevor Belmont. Okay, it's Trevor Belmont, which is their son. So he became one of the guardians of the light, of the guardians of Gabriel, what Gabriel Belmont was, So he's part of that group. So you get to play as Trevor first. There's three characters you play as. You play as Trevor. Okay, first part you play as Trevor. And then you find out that he's married to Sypha. So remember Sypha from CastleVania 3.
Dracula 3, yep, okay.
Yeah, and they have a son together. And remember, guys, this is a reboot. This is not from the original timeline. They have a son. His name is Simon. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. So first, I'm not gonna spoil. Well, maybe I should spoil it. But first, you start as Trevor. Then you play as Simon. Okay, so Simon's grown up. You get to play him, but then Simon meets up with Alucard. So after you're done with Simon's story, you play as Alucard, but then you find out that Trevor becomes Alucard. Yes. That's what they did not cover in Castlevania Lords of Shadows 2. Because what's the matter?
That's weird. Okay, that's a weird take. That's a weird take for because I mean they how they it's almost as bad as like Street Fighter in a movie where basically Carlos Blanca becomes Blanca. It becomes
Don't get me started on that.
Lord.
I'm gonna tell you what. Here's the thing that kind of makes sense. Here's the thing, though. Trevor decided to go after his father. He found out that his father Gabriel, turned into Dracula. Trevor was unsuccessful to defeat his father. So what happened was when Gabriel found out that was his son that he's about to kill, he decided to give him his blood to drink so that way he can live if he became a vampire. So he turned into Alucard. That's what ended up happening. Yes. And then when you play as Simon, when Simon's all grown up, okay, it's his turn to be able to stop Dracula, which is Gabriel. So during when you play Simon's game, you meet up with Alucard. So you get to play Alucard's story. You get to see his point of view on how he meets with Simon, and then you get to play Simon's view on his playthrough, and then the both of you, Simon and Alucard, you fight Dracula together. And see how it makes more sense.
Okay, now that's so that's the reason why he's the way he is in the sequel.
That's why you see that's why Alucard was in Lords of Shadows 2, and that's why Trevor was mentioned. You see, you only saw Trevor as a kid in that game, and people wondering, oh, where was he when he grew up? Because the reason why people didn't know about this is because they missed out on playing Mirrors of Fate. You didn't play Mirrors of Fate, you wasn't going to get the full story.
So that was a missing link because I was wondering that too. Because when I was playing the game, I knew there was something missing. I was saying to myself, I was like, wait a minute, hold on a second. Alucard, okay, there he is. But wait, hold on a second. But what about? And I was saying, okay, so what am I missing? Yeah, exactly. So it was very, 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 very odd. And even worse is that basically the partner and everything is the one who was trying to convince him, to find out more about what's going on. So which is why he had to leave the castle. He had to find answers. He's like, oh, you guys seek him out. You guys seek him out and everything, and find out the truth. I was like, okay. So
exactly.
Yeah. Oh man.
Exactly. So now you know that Simon is the grandson of Gabriel. Mm-hmm. So now you know where Simon's coming from. Actually, what I did like about Simon's playthrough, he fights this succubus, and he goes and I totally would like this part. There's a part where in the game where you're walking up to the succubus, and then because you first you're walking into this land, there's a whole bunch of women around. Okay, so it looks like he's getting suckered in, and then when we get up to the succubus, she tries to suck you in, but then you have to keep pressing the button on the D so you can fight out of it. And that boss fight was absolutely insane, and it was nuts. Yeah, that scene right there was crazy.
Yummy.
So yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
But anyways, we got a lot more lore. Man, I wish we could do a part 2. I wish we could do a longer series because this.
Oh man, it would be nice if we do a part 2 and we could have gone a little bit deeper.
Yeah,
a little bit into the game, but I can only give a little bit a similar plot.
Yeah.
So.
But let me tell you something. The lore of Castlevania is fantastic. There was like so many spin-offs. There was actually the Netflix series, which I'm not going to mention. Which was horrible. It was a good attempt on the first one. The first part of the series.
I will say the first season was actually a good start because they did introduce Cyber, they introduced Alucard, and I was hoping they would introduce Grant, but they didn't though. Because the reason why they didn't introduce Grant is because the director he thought he was a stupid character. I'm like, excuse me. Okay, so You're telling me that you're gonna leave out a character just because you didn't like that character, who's actually part of the lore of Castlevania, because you didn't want to add him because you thought he was a stupid character? Are you fucking retarded? You could have made Grant a badass pirate, ass kicking pirate. You could have seen him like climb up the walls, use his axe and daggers in those fight scenes. What? Are you stupid? And that's like doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And oh, I don't like Michelangelo, so I'm only going to use Leonardo Downtown Raphael because I think Michelangelo's stupid. That's exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So playing favorites in a series that needs the characters, the representation, which is actually sad. It's stupid. It's a fool's errand.
It is.
When it comes to, especially when you try to do something faithful, at least partially faithful to the Castlevania lore and the timeline. So
exactly.
You know what? If you're not gonna go all in, just don't go in at all. Just
That's it.
Or half-ass it.
Yeah.
Half-assing stuff.
Have
some pride in your work.
Oh man.
Have some pride in your work. Look what it says about you, man.
It's like a
Yeah,
some
come on.
pride.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
Dude, you could have took this character. Yeah, like for example, if I'm gonna write something, sure, if there's a character that I don't really care about, but I'm not gonna fucking leave that character out. I'm probably gonna make him a little bit cooler, but I'm gonna make sure I keep the lore and I keep it the same way as this character too. Because I might not like the character, but I'm pretty sure there's gonna be other people that do like this character.
It's like going to a bar and they try to get three wise men and thing and decide, oh, I don't need Johnny Walker in it, please. Take out Johnny Walker, then there won't be three wise men. What the heck?
Right. Unreal.
Boy. Oh boy.
Unreal.
Yeah. So, anyways, this is actually towards the end of our podcast. There is so much more into this series, but my suggestion is play the games. You will actually enjoy it. This is actually where the words Metroidvania came from. Basically, if you played Metroid and you played Castlevania, it's there. I mean, basically, this is where it all started. This is where it all started.
That's right.
And on top of that, you get to learn about the lore is fantastic, the music is fantastic, the boss fights are legendary, and of course they're absolutely fun. Play all of them, and you will definitely see what we have seen, and you will actually enjoy them. And the love of the game, and for the love of the games and everything, you gotta try it out, players. You gotta try it out. So.
Absolutely.
Any final words before we go? Go ahead.
I do want to mention something. I want to. I'll make this quick. I promise.
Okay.
If you go to Goblin Ghost Arcades over in Illinois near Chicago, they have something that's called Castlevania Arcade, and I suggest you guys try this game out because this game only came out in Japan. You get to choose between a vampire hunter, a witch, and a familiar. And what you do is that the game works is that you actually hold something that's like a whip, and then you actually are whipping the monsters.
Oh, cool.
So, yes. And then you.
What?
That is cool.
Bro,
yes.
wait, hold on. Hold on.
That sounds like fun to me.
We're not leaving on that note. No.
Yeah, I have to mention that game.
Why didn't you lead with that?
Oh my
God! I
wanted
to. No, I like I said, I wanted to cover the whole console games first. I wanted to cover the home games first, and then save that for last, though. But then I looked at the time, and I was like, oh man, we won't have time to do this, though. So I wish we did a part 2 because, like I said, I would have loved to go a little bit more deeper into these other games, though. But we went a little deeper with the older games. But yeah. You have, like I said, if you're in somewhere in Illinois, somewhere in the Chicago area, go to Goblin's Ghost Arcade, and they have that Castlevania, the arcade game, and they got the whip, and then you'll be able to, and then you press the button because you get to use that, you get to use your daggers, your crosses. There's a button on it though, and you're collecting hearts as well, just like in the Castlevania games. So. do give that game a try.
Oh my gosh, yes. I'm not showing a video right now. It's actually almost like playing a light gun game, but it's for the whip.
Yes.
It's
Correct.
OMG. OMG. Oh, I gotta play this. Oh, I gotta play this. Oh my god.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh my goodness gracious. Stop. Oh, okay. You know what? Okay. You know what? I had to plan a trip. I had to plan a trip to go over to
Goblin Ghost.
Oh, Galloping Ghost. We got oh my
Road trip. Road trip.
Road trip.
Yeah.
Road
and
trip,
do,
man.
do yourselves a favor, gentlemen, and everybody watching at home. Yeah, when you go over there, tell them that Johnny from Gaming Trouble sent you, and tell them to say when you meet Doc Mac, who's the manager over there, tell him that Johnny said hi.
Indeed.
You know, he's a good dude. He is such a good dude. You know.
Oh my gosh, this.
I got to thank him for opening up this arcade and to be able to get all these games that we were unable to play because they were only exclusive in Japan.
Oh, what a way to close the store, close the game.
Tell Doc Mac that Johnny sent you.
Oh yeah, absolutely, freaking lutely. Thank you, Johnny. You have just right now just gave me some ray of hope and something to look forward to. I have to. I want to
play that game. Yeah, I want to play that game again too, man. I do like to go back to that place again.
See, this is why I tell everyone the arcade rule. Rule. Why arcades disappear? I have no idea because everybody's like, "Oh, I can play that at home." Well, you know what?
You can't. Not this game.
No, not this game.
Leave the house.
The arcade experience.
The
arcade experience and everything. There's some things you just can't get home. And even though we are an advocate of bringing some of these arcade games home, we do. But the arcade experience, the atmosphere is just that different. It hits different. Guys, gals, players of all ages, you have to go to an arcade and play and enjoy these games and appreciate for what they are. You know, whether it be coin or credit or card, whatever it might be. Try it out, play the games. I don't know, Dave and Buster's and everything. Nice opportunity. There's some games in there that's cool, but there's some authentic arcades out there that you can actually go over there and play these games the way they were meant to be played. So
I'm jealous of our Japanese listeners. I'm really jealous of them.
Oh, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, man. No, that's another road trip that I really want to do.
Listen. I said this before, and I'll say it again. Japan always gets the cool stuff. So for goodness sakes, I don't think we mentioned this on our show. Did you guys see the street burgers commercials? The Japanese.
Yes.
Commercials?
The codes work. The codes work too.
Yes, they do.
I know.
Yes, they
do.
The
skin codes. I was like, that's cool.
Oh man, yeah. I have to show people this because street burgers. Let me tell you something.
Dude, I wish I was in Japan.
Video games.
Let me tell you something. Hold on a second. Before you go any further, let me tell you something. I don't eat McDonald's anymore. But then when I was over in Japan last year, I tried out the Samurai Mac, and it was the best thing that I ever ate. The McDonald's over there in Japan is so much more healthier and so much cleaner to eat there. I'm telling you right now. And they give you a nice variety of fries and everything there. It's like it's more healthier. It tastes better, way better than the McDonald's here. I'm telling you right now.
What McDonald's and everything gives you a burger with a freaking egg in it, man? A burger with chicken sandwich with egg and all the healthy ingredients in there. The bread is fresh.
The burger is teriyaki.
The
Ryu burger is a teriyaki burger with an egg on it. And then the Ken burger, which is like a triple burger, because remember the three hit Dragon Punch.
Yes,
it makes sense. And then Chun-Li has the chicken. I forgot what the chicken is, but it's a chicken sandwich though. And then I think Luke has some. Luke is like a breakfast sandwich or something like that. It has like a breakfast. I think it's. I don't know if it's a sausage egg muffin. I forgot which one it is though. But yeah.
Crimson Flame and the thing. He's like, yep, it's not fair. Ken Burger, the triple burger.
It's definitely You know that they should be. If the U.S. wants more people to come to McDonald's, I guarantee you, if they were to bring this over here in the States, I guarantee you they will have more people come.
Dude, you know what? They have more fun in Japan. I have to. You know what?
Japan is more fun to go to. That's why I tell people they get the good stuff over there.
Yeah.
There's some items that you can only get over in Japan that you can't even get here, and I'm telling you that right now.
Oh right. Man, you know it's like it's you know what? I mean, to be honest with you, in Japan, when it comes down, they go all in. When it comes to the franchises, they
That's
go
correct.
all in. Not like halfway, not like, oh yeah, it's no. They go all in when it comes to their games, when it comes to their anime, when it comes to their outfits, cosplay, all that stuff. They go all in. And it's amazing, and I love them for it. This is what the Japanese culture just blows my freaking mind. You know,
they're the OG panty raiders too.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Zero inhibition, and you know what? With no shame. With no shame.
No
shame
at all.
With no shame.
You know, I'm joking around, but it's true though.
Yeah,
man.
it's true.
No, it's true though. Yeah, of course.
It's true. You know, it's crazy. And you're like, oh, do they dress like that all the time? No, they dress normal, you know, whatever. But when it comes to like their cosplay, bruh. When it comes to their products, wow. I mean,
I can tell you firsthand, yes. And let me tell you something. And their malls, the malls over in Japan that I went to, oh man, they are the most cleanest malls I have ever been to. I mean, they have a little strict rules though because they tell people that. They don't want people eating or drinking while walking around the mall.
Nope.
So if you have to sit at a table.
You might spill the soda on the panties.
That too. That too. And they don't want that.
Sorry.
Oh,
I can't help myself.
Oh,
I know you can. That's why I just went along with it because I know you would say something like that.
Of course. But you know what though? But it's true. Cleanest streets. They got the cleanest streets. They have the cleanest cafeterias, the cleanest restaurants.
Oh yeah.
Everything
I can tell you that.
Even their trains are complete.
Their trains are safe over there.
Clean.
There's so much safety. They actually put gates around. They put gates on the rails though. So when the train comes, the gates open up, and then the people come out, and then they close it back up.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So.
Yes.
Yeah, I cannot wait to go back next year.
On my bucket
list.
Next year. On my bucket list. Definitely on my bucket list.
Yeah.
All right. So what about you? Tony? You now that you've seen the lore of CastleVania, are you tempted to go ahead and whip that fantastic vampire slayer, that vampire killer, and and try?
You bet your ass. You bet your ass. Because you know why? Because the only experience I've had with the original Castlevanias was at friend's house at Nintendo's. I didn't have one, so I never had the time to sit down and actually beat one. Now I do, and I've got a couple titles right here in the house. I might give them a shot later on.
That's
awesome.
Excellent.
Also, I want some McDonald's, and it's closed over here. But I got really lucky because these Japanese sandwiches, my wife's been making those homemade for like years.
Oh.
So that's what I've been eating. That's why I haven't had to eat McDonald's.
Oh.
I get burgers at home.
I don't eat McDonald's. Like I said, the only time I'll go to McDonald's is if I were in Japan, and that's it.
I mean, I don't hate it. I like it, but I just don't do it anymore.
Indeed.
Yeah, I just don't like the McDonald's here. That's all.
Yeah. Shout out to the guys at ShopRite and everything. You know, they have these awesome nuggets and everything. These nuggets taste just like freaking McDonald's.
Yo. Yes.
Dude, yes.
I gotta go get some.
You do ShopRite nuggets?
Yo, that's nuggets taste just like freaking McDonald's nuggets. Yo, I was like, okay.
Wow.
Dude.
I'm gonna buy a bag.
Oh, dude.
I like 50.
Yeah.
Nice.
Only available on ShopRite and everything. So definitely got to check it out and everything. You know, dipping sauce.
All right, that's great info, man. I learned something tonight.
I learned something. Shit, I might have to stop by Might have to stop by over there and get some nuggets.
Yeah, go for those nuggets, man. Go for those nuggets. So,
I will.
But other than that, it's been a fantastic show and a thing. We're actually at a close. Remember, if you are first time visiting our show, thank you very much for watching our show. Please hit that like and also subscribe to our channel. Also hit that bell notification to keep up the Joneses and things, especially with our content. We are right now still going to be the #1 video game podcast on this freaking planet right now. And of course, with my awesome panel and myself, we have more coming on the way. We got more giveaways that's going to be happening. We got the holidays coming up. Wow, we just blew my mind. And I'm telling you right now, if you miss it, you're going to be missing out. So, of course, with my fellows Johnny, Tony, and myself, keep on gaming. Keep on leveling up. And we will see you next time on the next episode of Gaming Treble. Peace.
Later,
We
players.
love you.